Cancer, welcome to your mid-May tarot reading, or whenever you find it. Time and energy is fluid, not linear. So do check those playlists and look back to see if there is a message for you there. There probably is. Okay, let's see what we have for you. Wombat spirit, be at home. Gives me a hermit kind of feel. Spend more time at home. Maybe you're wanting to spend more time at home, wishing you could. I know COVID did a lot of things to people and made us realize that the way we do things in the world isn't necessarily how they have to be done. Maybe you're wanting to work from home, Cancer. Okay, and we have fruition. Look at that, 37. Harvest moon. Ooh, you might have been working on something. It might be about ready to harvest. Let's see. Cancer, Cancer, Cancer. We have all that glitters. That's what came out for Pisces there. So similar energy there. Let's pull. So all that glitters, it could be that, something that you're looking at has lost its appeal. It could be that something that you're thinking might be great may not be great. It also could mean that what you value is not what other people value. Don't have the same, system of valuation. That's what I'm feeling there. All right, let's see what's in your recent past, although you still may not have experienced it. It just depends. We have Four of Swords. There's that be at home, R&R. There you go. King of Pentacles, Taurus energy, not surprising. The Empress and any of the Taurus cards are coming out a lot. And the Star, Aquarius energy. Stars do glitter. They do. Some kind of hope or dream there. It could, well, I don't want to say, but it could be that, maybe you're, this thing that you're hoping, wishing for may not be all that it's cracked up to be, especially if it's a person. We have Seven of Wands over the Four of Swords, Five of Swords, and Temperance, Sagittarius. Okay. See how many times I can knock that card down, around 2. Okay. So I'm getting the feeling here, Cancer, that you need to be, you don't have to be anything, but you need to defend your sacred space, your, I'm getting this sense of you really needing to rest, and you're going to have to tell people no. I feel like people are coming at you all the time, probably needing things or just a sense of duty for work, that sort of thing. But this is saying draw a line in the sand. It's time to rest. You just need a rest. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's part of being in a heavy earthly body. We need rest and rejuvenation. And this is saying stand firm with it too. You might, like the story with this gentleman here, he's wearing a shoe here and a boot there. It represents that whatever this, thing is that's happening in his neighborhood, he had to jump out of bed quickly. He had to rush. He doesn't feel prepared. And so there's almost a sense of anxiety here with this particular combination of cards. And so if you're in this fight or flight, that's what I'm getting here. There's a flight. So our bodies are wired in such a way that when something happens, it kicks in fight or flight. But here's the thing, when that situation is over, sometimes our bodies, it doesn't go back to that relaxation state. It stays hyped up, amped up, just tense, right? So we see this tense fellow here, and this is saying, no, it's time to relax. But you've got this, it's maybe hard for you to relax. But what this is saying to me, to tell you, the message for you is that you're safe. You should be safe. No one's coming at you, especially in your sanctuary, in your home. Just take time in the now moment to know that you are safe, you are protected, and that it's time to let your body actually relax and rest and restore, because in this hyperactive state you can't, and that's not a good place to be in. And I can speak about this because I have anxiety, I have PTSD, and I'm not just saying that because people throw out words. No, I've had therapists, and it's something I've experienced a lot of trauma in my life. Okay, and so I know firsthand this is a struggle for me every single day, and I have to constantly remind myself that I am safe, that I am okay. And this can be hard to do, you guys, but it's saying you need to do it, to be at home and to give yourself some rest. Take a nice long warm bath. Use some bath salts. Salts are great in the bath because it helps your muscles relax. So do that. So we have another image of home here. We have the King of Pentacles, Taurus energy, right? Very patient, reliable, a businessman. Watch my Taurus, the tarot in your sign. I did it differently than I did my other videos. Put a lot more work into it. So do watch that. I'll post it at the end of this so you can see it. And let me know what you think of that format and how I did it. So we got this businessman here, and it's being crossed by this Five of Swords. Eh. Uh, this in itself is a fine card. This is someone who shows up every day to work, has created, a good life for themselves. But the Five of Swords is kind of an iffy energy to me. It can mean several things. It could be taking risks. So this type of businessman isn't usually the one to take a risk, but it could say that this person is a little bit risky for some reason. Might be taking business risks. Many things are risky. We have this win at all cost. So this could be a very shrewd businessman, whether this is you or someone you're having to deal with, I don't know. It could be that your work is so demanding that they put a lot of pressure on you, and maybe that's where you're feeling that need for rest. I'm not feeling like this is you, you guys. I'm not sure about this energy. It doesn't feel great to me, I'll be honest with you. That's the kind of person who would push you to your limits, you know. And if it's a toxic work situation, find another job and get out of there. I know it's easier said than done. So we have a really amazing energy around you in this recent past, the Star and Temperance. So the Star is about our hopes and dreams, our connection to that collective consciousness, connection to spirit, and what we came here to do as a body of light. And there's something within you that is calling to be transformed, transmuted at this time. It has something to do with this right here, probably. This need for rest and relaxation and just giving yourself patience. But this Temperance angel, it's a very balanced, I don't necessarily want to say nurturing energy, but it's very patient. And because it takes time to change things. And that's why we have this energy here. You can't rush it. I always think of Forged in Fire when I see the Temperance angel, because if you think of metal, it seems really hard. But in reality, when you heat it up, it's very malleable. You can change it into all kinds of shapes. And then you harden it again. You temper it and just all these things. So something here is being, I don't know, I want to say activated, I guess. Possibly these hopes and dreams are being affected by your ability to transform your inner world and how you experience your inner world, what you get from it. Because inner alchemy does a lot of things. When you can switch properties take anxiety and worry and change it into excitement. So, what you do is if you have anxiety and worry over something that's negative and not good for you, you want to transform it's a similar feeling. You want to transform that, transmute it into excitement for something different, something new. But you can draw that energy out of those negative experiences by not focusing on them. And you take all that energy that you're spent in your mind thinking about those things, you kind of suck it out and then you put it into a more positive direction. That's how you do the inner alchemy. And I'm Sagittarius, Sun, and Moon, so I know a little bit about this. That's how you do it, by redirecting your mind and your focus, by taking the energy away from that negative situation and putting that energy towards something better. That's how it's done. That's magic, baby. It is. That's how we humans do it. That are light beings stuck in a human form. Yes, I know it's human. Okay. Current energy. That took a while. So now we have the lovers came up for Pisces, but right up over here. So this is about a choice. This is Mercury. Oh my God. 7 of Wands. That's what came up over there. It was 7 of Wands crossed by the lovers. So there you go. There's connection and judgment. They had that too in different spot. You might want to watch the Pisces reading. Yeah. So you have Scorpio energy there. Let's see what's crossing this. So it's showing up in a different way for you. But that's why we have collective readings, because some of that same energy, if we think about it in a sphere, almost like a soup, it's kind of all around those particular signs. Too many keeps coming out in a stack. It's like, thanks for giving me a whole chapter. Okay. Here we go. We have the Emperor. Okay. Wow. That's Aries energy. Now we have the 7 of Swords on the 7 of Wands. Huh. And the Ace of Swords. They had the Ace too. Wow. You're having a lot of same cards, you guys. All right, let me get a drink here. I need more caffeine in my blood system. Here we go. Woo-wee. The Lovers is about a choice. Okay. We're obviously here. I think it's safe to say this is not a love reading. Okay. But this is about making a choice, maybe something different than you anticipated. A lot of times people either don't follow their dreams or they come to it in a different way. Even if you think you're not following your dreams, excuse me, sometimes you still get to it. Sometimes you still make it there in a weird sort of way. This Emperor energy here, oh, this could be two things. Okay, so I'm getting a couple different messages here, you guys. Use guys. This could be you taking charge, taking control of your life, and making a choice, a difficult choice, a different choice, possibly, because we have two different types of people, two different backgrounds, right? One is steampunk, one's natural. Okay, that's what it's saying here. But if that's not the case, this feels like someone, like a tyrant, trying to make the choice for you. Like, you're going to go to the university that everybody else in our family went to, and you're going to study this and you're going to do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that stuff still happens anymore, but I know there's still people like this out there that are saying this is the way it's done, this is the tradition, and this is how you're going to do it. So I don't know. Are you the one calling the shots here, making your decisions and choices, or someone else? That's my question to you. I don't know which one you are. But having said that, you, on the other hand, I almost feel like someone else is telling you, or maybe that Emperor energy could be a feeling of, that you're supposed to do something else. that society or even, wants or is expecting you to be something that maybe you're not. I don't know. Am I on the right thing here? Because that doesn't feel like you necessarily here, Cancer. This feels like you standing your ground, drawing a line in the sand. These are your ethics, your morals. This is what you stand for. You know, I care not about the challenges behind me or in front of me. I'm standing firm with my decision, with your decision. So for some of you, that could be you taking lead, taking charge, saying, nope, this is it. This is what I want to do. And then you sneak off in the night. You just, you might be sneaking away. You might be. That might be the only way you feel like you can get it done. You might not even be declaring this to anybody. You're just saying, all right, this is my life. This is what I want to do. Being firm in that decision. And then off you go. Not telling anybody where you're going. Now, I don't know if I'm not saying that I agree with that. You know, to me, that's a little dangerous to not tell anybody what you're doing. Maybe they don't need to know. I don't know your situation. If they're bad people, yeah, don't tell them anything. If you need to escape a situation quietly, do it. Do it, do it, do it. If you're in a bad situation here, if you're okay, I'm getting something else here, especially with that Five of Swords on the King of Pentacles there. And we have 2 Seven of Wands being defensive. You might be needing to escape something. That star card could represent distance between you and something else, getting away from something else, taking yourself away. So for some of you, you might be needing to escape something. I'm not going to lie. If that's you, if you're in any kind of physical mortal danger, get the heck out of there. Don't tell nobody where you're going. You know what I'm saying? Woo! All right. Lordy, that was crazy. So now we have Judgment and the Ace of Swords. Judgment is a whole new life. So this kind of feels like you're escaping something here. This is the great escape. Hold on a second. I got to write that down. Escape. Spelled just like the word escape. Okay. Yeah. Because this is, spiritual wake up call, but also a second chance at a new life. This is victory. This is you getting the heck out of whatever the situation is, Cancer. I don't know if it's a bad job, bad relationship, bad family, bad friends. I don't know. But it feels like you're sneaking away in the night to start a new life. Okay? Some of you, witness protection? Hello? I don't know. It seems crazy. You might be changing your name legally, but you're starting over for sure. But it's we have the Ace of Swords here. This is victory. This is justice in a way. It's all the air signs. Why not? We'll take it. Woo! And this is also being brave and cutting things out, to have this new life. Dude. Woo! Wow. I feel like some of you don't even want to leave your home. Like if you've already made this move to get away from whatever it was, because that person in the past, whether it's a person, a job, or whatever, it probably wasn't all that it was cracked up to be with that all that glitters. Yeah, King of Swords. That might be a lawyer, police officer, who knows? That's legal counsel. Heck. Look at that. Now we got the Seven of Pentacles popping out for you. Another 7. And now we have the Two of Cups over here. That's balance. Okay. Up, 10 of Cups. Your happiness is. Did you see how that one flopped out? Strength card. Oh, happy day. Whoo! Oh God, Cancer. I just heard hermit crab. Okay, and the Knight of Wands. Oh, Lordy Lou. So in your future energy, um, well, it's a couple things. This King of Swords could represent someone who is assisting in this freedom here, whatever it is, and this happy family's triumph after difficulty is what this is, the Ten of Cups. Leaving this behind is going to make you so happy, Cancer, like over the moon happy. Now, you could be getting assistance from a King of Swords person, an intellectual, a judge, a lawyer, some kind of officer, something like that, because I get a legal feeling here. Um, but yeah, that's what I'm getting. Some kind of assistance helps you here, because this is a very wise, learned person. I get a judgy feel from this, but it doesn't have to be. This could be a future version of yourself, Cancer, where you just, you've wrote the book on how to survive whatever this is. Good Lord. You know, yeah, a lot of happiness and wisdom in your future. If that's not you, whew, I think you're going to look back at what you went through here. You're going to analyze it. You're going to realize what incredible inner strength you had, and you're going to realize that this past, what you were putting your time, effort, and energy into, it strengthened you. Yep. Because this gentleman here is looking at his resources, his time, effort, energy, love, money, just everything that has happened in his life. And he's kind of doing like a analysis, looking back, thinking about all the things you've learned on this journey this far, taking notes. You might even be writing a book about this experience. If it's as crazy as I think it is, it'll probably be on Lifetime or something, you know? But by analyzing this and taking the time, you're going to realize that this situation made you who you are today, the strong person you are today. It fortified you. It kind of brought together, see this Two of Cups? It brought together your conscious and unconscious self, your light being and your shadow self is now one. You know, this shadow self is your protector now. Because as a light being, that's our loving, our caring, our nurturing side, right? But if someone was to try to hurt us in any way, that shadow pops out to protect us. And that's what our shadow is for our protection. It's not supposed to be against us with that, the interjects in our mind and stuff like that. So that's that temperance. Temperance and the strength card go well together here. This is you tempering your emotions and getting to this inner strength that's going to make you quite formidable. Yes. So I think this situation is bringing you greater balance in your life. We have the Two of Cups here, and yes, that can be a card of true love. It could be, there could be a Sagittarius energy coming in hot and fast for you. So that's there for some of you. For others of you, if this isn't a new romance with a very spicy Sagittarius, then this is just representing that inner balance inside with your light and dark, your yin and yang, your masculine and feminine. This situation has made you whole, like really whole. And you might find yourself, now that you've really come together in your spirit, you might be wanting to go on an adventure. That's what I'm seeing here with the Knight of Wands, wanting to explore, see the world, get out there, because we had this energy of being at home at the beginning, of rest, of, really taking care of yourself. But now in the future, now that you have escaped the situation, now it's like you want to go enjoy life, because this is a card of Sagittarius. It's luck, optimism, but It's fun, it's freedom, it's happy, it's independent. You know, it's just having, this is the fun card. This is of wanting to have fun. Because so you broke free and now you just want to experience life and love again. So this is a great energy coming in for you. What a turnaround. So if you're in a sticky situation, you will get out of it. Don't wait for someone to come save you, though. You're going to have to save yourself. The elements. The elements of fire, air, earth, and water combine to create powerful protective boundaries, spiritual, mental, physical, and emotional. Wow. Protective boundaries. I think the cards know something here. World. Be open to new possibilities in all areas of your life. So this world card is coming out also as a portal, as you're saying, you're closing this chapter of whatever this is. Whew, we have box. You will receive a gift of freedom from whatever this is. Cane, pay attention to your health because this situation is getting to you. Tortoise, slowly but surely getting ahead. So there you go, Cancer. What an interesting reading. I hope you are safe and well. And let me know if this reading resonates with you in the comments below. I really want to hear your thoughts on this one, or if you know someone who's in this situation, share this message with them. Okay, that is going to be it for now. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you next time.